G'day humanoid life forms. This video is about stupidity. I'm riding through a school zone at 3 o'clock, which is peak school time, and obviously there's hardly a car to be seen. There are no children anywhere. There's nothing unsafe about driving the normal speed limit, which is 50 kilometers an hour in these parts, or in some parts it's 60, but during school times, as you can see, it's a 40 kilometer zone from 2:30 till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So my mate Matt from Roads of Oz got booked by a speed camera and received a letter in the mail because he was doing, was it 52 in a 40 school zone at about, come on, at about 3, I think he said it was 3:52, so 8 minutes before the end of the time limit of the school zone. It's absolutely stupid. Like I said, this video is about stupidity. It's stupid that Matt got that fine in those conditions, in those circumstances, at this current time when we're in lockdown and there are no kids anywhere. What's the point of the 40 zone? Safety. Safety of children on the road, but there are no children on the road. Bloody nanny state we live in, police state that we live in. The laws are absolutely pathetic. We're not allowed to make our own decisions on anything. Why? Because the stupid of us are friggin' I'm trying really hard to not swear, because the most dull in our society are so friggin' dull that they're incompetent to make any of these sorts of decisions for themselves. Yeah, we have to draw the line somewhere. Tell you what, natural selection hasn't been selective enough. Friggin' stupidity. And where do most of the stupid people end up? You know what? The stupidest in our society are sometimes the most intelligent. And they end up in careers like politics, where the common sense does not exist. We elect people by the people, for the people, and it's someone from the people. But I tell you what, the ones making the laws, the ones making the decisions now at the top, they've completely lost touch with what that means, because they are not from the people. And I tell you what, I find it hard to believe that they are elected by the people, because what sort of idiots would keep voting in these absolute boobs into power that make these archaic and ridiculously stupid laws that have no flexibility? There's my rant. Stupidity. There are too many stupid people in our society. And it starts at the top and filters down from there into a very broad base of stupid people. Tell you what you can do, people, to start being less stupid. Stop watching television. What have you learnt in the last 20 years sitting on your ass watching friggin' television? Not much, I'd say. That's my rant. I'm done. I've just been at work all day around stupid people. Absolutely frustrating. Sorry, what a contrast to what I was saying this morning about appreciation. On the way to work, full of optimism and hope, after being around stupid people all day, this is the kind of thing I think about. I need to change a career, I tell ya. This morning on Richmond Road, they were checking all of the cars leaving Blacktown City. Every car was being stopped. The 5k rule is being enforced and policed. And I wonder how many people received a fine. It's a $5,000 fine now for leaving your home without just cause. Our cases have spiked overnight. Everyone's had enough of this bullshit. Our government is hell-bent on everyone being vaccinated. Everything points towards being vaccinated. And I talked about it last week about how our federal government completely dropped the ball when it comes to the vaccination of our nation. Absolute boobs. Talk about stupidity. How can you have pride in your country when the leader of the country is an absolute moron? Part of the boys club. Someone who takes a lump of coal into Parliament. Friggin' backwater country, bunch of hillbilly redneck dopey boomer. And how does someone like that get into power? Because stupid people vote for him. I'm going. Yeah, it's not often you see me angry, is it? But I'm human just like everyone else. My family know it. My brother knows it. I used to be called Angry Chewie. Here's a quick Chewie story for you. One day when I was a bricklayer, we did this job. It was only a small job, and we were trying to finish it in a day. So we did all the block work, and we were packed up and ready to go home. And the builder came around and he said, "No, you have to fill up. You have to core fill all of the blocks before you go." It was a summer day, so it was a long day. And it was already late in the day. We'd been working all day. And my brother said, "Nah, Chewie, we're not going home yet. We're going to core fill all of these blocks." Which means making cement with a cement mixer and pouring it in by bucket. It was a garage, so you're talking of, I don't know, a few hundred blocks. But man, that meant an extra couple of hours at the end of an already exhausting summer's day. And I told my brother in no uncertain terms, "You can go and get yourself f***ed." And I stormed out of there, steel cap boots on, and on the way out of the garage, I kicked a Besser block with all of my might and shattered it into pieces and stormed off up the road. I went home. I quit the job. I rang him up that night and I said, "Oh, sorry man, I need to work. Can I work tomorrow?" He's like, "Yeah, you can work." My nickname when I was a bricklayer and a brickies labourer was Angry Chewie. Angry Chewie on the bricks. When I was a labourer one day, my brother told me later on in years, the bricklayers, their job is to ask for mud when they need mud. And my job is to bring them mud. I make the mud, I bring the mud, I bring them bricks, they lay the bricks. Easy job, simple concept. And one of the bricklayers apparently said to my brother, "Hey Phil, can you ask Chewie for some mud?" And he's like, "Nah man, you ask him, he's crazy." Bunch of pussies. All these big tough tradesmen too scared to ask me for mud. Oh, because I was an angry humanoid. I'm not as angry these days, but I tell you what, I'm starting to become a grumpy old fart. When I see incompetence, when I see waste, when I see stupidity, our state government, every major infrastructure project over budget by billions, they're a bunch of boobs, incompetent, should be sacked. Some of them should be imprisoned for their actions. Alright, that's all I got. Until next time. Be good to each other. Chewie out. Peace.
I hate skim milk. I hate skim milk. I hate skim milk. I hate skim milk. Woke up in the morning, bored and all. Stepping over clothes from the night before. Tripping to the toilet, only peeing up. Like spraying a fire hose into a sippy cup. Heading to the Starbucks to clear my head. I see the latte sip.